Welcome to Proust My Startup, the podcast that offers you a glimpse at the personalities of the people that make the local startup ecosystem in Malaysia. I'm Vanessa Muledus, aka Brand Shifu with an H on Instagram, the founder of North Branding Consulting Boutique Agency. I'm a brand strategist, 24/7 immersed by the sides of entrepreneurs, startups, and SME founders. As a brand consultant, a mentor, but also an entrepreneur program facilitator, an investment jury, and a business angel. In Proust My Startup, I want to really discover who are the people that make our local startup ecosystem. Because I'm a brand strategist, I want to understand how their personal brand might influence or shape the corporate brand of their organization. Today's episode is recorded from CloudMile's Center of Excellence in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Startups thrive on innovation, and CloudMile is here to fuel that journey. As a leading AI and cloud technology company in Asia, they help businesses drive digital transformation and growth, leveraging machine learning, big data, and cloud solutions. With a team made up of certified technical experts and a strong network of technology partners, including being one of just 40 Google Cloud Managed Services providers globally, CloudMile has supported more than 1,200 companies through consulting, technical, and managed services. I've seen it firsthand with my own mentees, tech startup founders. The Center of Excellence in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, now offers startups a collaborative space to explore generative AI, data management, security, and more, and advance their digital competitiveness with cloud and AI adoption. So if, like them, you want to experience it yourself, visit today my.cloud. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Vanessa, for inviting me today to do this very special podcast session.
Yeah, and my great pleasure. Pleasure is even double because I don't have many opportunities to have corporate people coming over the mic due to communication restrictions, usually within the company and the policies. So I'm really grateful that you accepted the invitation. And so, for the benefits of the audience, Kevin and I, we never met for real before today. We met through a program for startups from Nexia that is called the Startup Corporate Matching Program that was facilitating last year, still facilitating this year. And Kevin, through Exitra, the company he's working for as the COO, that is part of LGB, is one of the corporates involved in that program. So we never met before, but I was very intrigued by those companies in Malaysia. Exitra is one of them that are willing to take a bet on startups to collaborate. And Exitra is not just doing it to try to sell through the startups their own products. It's really a venture building mindset, which now I understand better because Kevin, just before we did this interview, was unpacking a bit more about his background. And actually, he's one of us, an entrepreneur as well, by heart, by personality. And so no wonder that he jumped into that space and tried to put the corporation into a startup mindset somehow and venture into collaborating with them. So I'm very grateful to have you. Your time is counting. I know it's precious. So triple grateful to have you over. And today, we're going through something very special that is called the Proust Questionnaire. Have you ever heard of it?
I honestly have to say, I came totally unprepared for this, right? As advised by Vanessa. So this is as raw as it is. So I'm all open for it.
Very good. And usually in this part of the world is refreshing for me because no one knows about it, which I love, because the Proust Questionnaire, Proust, is actually the name of a French philosopher and writer, Marcel Proust, that used to live in the late 19th, early 20th century. And so Marcel Proust, back then in his days, he popularized a game based on personal questions. And it was so all the rage that it stayed with us as the Proust Questionnaire. And any French person would have heard of it because it's part of our culture, of course. Marcel Proust is a big, famous writer and philosopher for us. And so today, we're going to go through that questionnaire. It's supposed to reveal the true nature of people That's the goal of it.
Oh, wow.
You will see, big promise here. And I thought it was actually the questions we were going to go through were the questions, the initial questions from Marcel Proust, but only a few of them are from his time. Rest of it is from Vogue, the fashion magazine.
Okay.
But still, it's very relevant, very coherent, very aligned with Proust. So I have kept those 35 questions. So this is what we're going to go through, revealing your true nature. You ready for it?
Okay. So this is both exciting plus scary at the same time. So, yeah. Okay.
Should be
I'll try
fun.
my best.
None of my guests went having a bad experience and left the room in the middle. So I think should be fine.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's start.
Let's start. The first question is, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mhm.
So, so coming from my background, I look at so perfect happiness. There really is no such thing as perfect happiness from where I come from. So there's a lot to do with the hard work, the things that we have to go through each day, and each day is a day that we have to learn and improve ourselves to be a better person from who we were yesterday. So I believe through that one step at a time and to firmly build certain things that are precious to us, say family, legacy, the close ones to heart. So I think those are key points to actually create that happy feeling for me. So I like the feeling of going home to a very nice warm meal, to a very well lit bright house, and
Mm.
I've got all my family there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pure, simple happiness.
Mm.
Nice. Now, what is your greatest fear?
I used to think it was ghosts, but then I learned that through the power of information, that you could actually remove all those negative thoughts away. So over time, I guess my fear, was is grown now to be more about not be able to fulfill my own personal goals. So that's probably my biggest fear. But as I mentioned in the answer to the first question, was that as long as I have the intention, keep learning and keep growing, so I realize I can keep that fear away as
Mm.
far as possible.
Understand.
Mm.
Now, what is the trait you most deplore in yourself? So, really, the trait of character that you are really not liking in yourself.
Um, well, I think I can't be stubborn sometimes. I've been told, or I can be a bit too serious sometimes. I try to mix and match a little bit as far as I can. When I remember that, okay, I'm just too serious about it. Um, so I'm still improving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is the trait you most deplore in others? Is it the same or?
I probably a few traits. Is that possible?
Yeah.
So I can't stand probably the definition of laziness per se,
Mm-hmm.
and also not taking responsibility.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few other guests said something similar, actually.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty common in the ecosystem across people that have this entrepreneurship mindset. I think this is quite defining those people. All right. Now, which living person do you most admire? Can be someone we know or can be someone from your private circle.
Um, well, I don't really have someone like I strictly admire, but people probably that I do refer to and look up, probably individuals like Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very good mind. He has a very good clarity in things. He knows what to do. He knows where to go.
Yeah.
So with that, I kind of like look up and say, look, this is probably a trait that I'd like to have.
Mm.
Or even someone like Elon Musk. He has similar traits. He
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
quirky sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
Lately,
they
it has
share,
become a bit more controversial, but
right. They share similar traits in their aspect that, they kind of know where they want to go.
true, true.
And this to me, I guess it's always an age-old question for people that we always want to know what we are here for, what we're supposed to do
Mm-hmm.
to like fulfill a destiny per se.
Yeah.
So with that admiration of those characteristics, I think
Mm.
those are the things that I want to.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Now, what is your greatest extravagance? Something you are indulging in?
Right now, food.
Food, yeah. Typical Malaysian.
Food.
Good food.
Yeah.
Malaysian food, any
So,
food?
well, I used to really when I scrapped during my entrepreneur days, trying to really have good food was more than a luxury. It was
True.
just something I couldn't have, right?
Yeah.
So being where I am, I've worked really, really hard. And today I dare say that, to a certain extent, if I want to eat this, I would just go out.
Hmm.
And we're getting older, we should treat ourselves better.
True. That's at least one positive thing about getting
Yeah.
older.
And yeah, having good food. Today, nowadays, the food that there's so many delicious
True.
cuisines, right?
True. True.
Worth a try.
Yeah, yeah. Especially in KL, we have like everything we want.
Yeah.
Any access to any country, any cuisine. So it's pretty crazy, this offer.
Mm.
All right. What is your current state of mind in general in this period of time?
Mm, kind of at peace, but at the same time, there's always this burning desire to do more, to to really continue finishing what I started out to do, where I currently am in Exitra, and also per se in life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you consider the most overrated virtue in someone? Like something that a value, a trait of character that everyone would say, this is something you should have, but actually you completely disagree, like it's a trend or something.
This at first I thought was hard, then now that you explain it, common sense. Yeah, overrated.
Okay. You don't feel like common sense is
It's
a
not
thing?
very common.
Yeah, it's more about that. Yeah. Yeah. Not everyone has common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. True. On what occasion do you lie, as in cheat? White lies, big lies?
For me personally,
Yeah, you, when do you lie? Lie. I spell it because every guest trip on this question because I think of my accent somehow and they don't understand the question. So cheating, yeah?
yeah. So I get your question. I'm trying to process it in a way. So I generally try to avoid it where I can, but this is difficult, especially in a business world per se. So I don't usually do straight out lies, but I, in a way, probably I create a narrative that can be taken or misconstrued.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you arrange the truth, let's say.
In a way, I put out a
Yeah.
narrative that it depends on audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand. Okay. What do you most dislike about your appearance, if anything?
Oh, I wish I could get my six pack soon.
Hey, who knows?
Aiming for it while I have to balance career.
Yeah, yeah.
Tough.
Okay. It is, especially as we grow older. I feel it's double workout that we need compared to before.
Yeah.
It's hard. Now, which living person do you most despise? So, warning here, I think this question comes from the 19th century, so 150 years ago. Despising someone in society might have been a good game and okay. But of course, in our contemporary society, once we don't despise really, we dislike maybe, and we don't do it in public. So, we don't name anyone. So, I think I'm transforming this question into which kind of living person, which kind of people you don't like to be surrounded by.
Probably people who are more self-centered. Kind of find it hard to gel with them.
Okay. Now, what is the quality you most like in a man, the gender man?
I'm gonna pass this question.
Okay. So would you, because there's
sounds
no
homogenic.
Yeah, okay. Because the next question is, what is the quality you most like in a woman? So it would pass as well.
Okay. So now that's different.
Yeah, so it's because it's contemporary society as well. Back then in Europe, you have to not remember because it's not your culture, but understand that women, we didn't have the same rights than men. So this question would definitely be different. But today, we might just say, well, same in men and women, and that's fine.
So okay. So for women, I admire intelligence. So I admire women that can carry herself. All right. And I think everyone has that potential. It's really up to them how they want to do it and whether they want to do it. So for women, I know it's a tougher challenge to live across in our different eras. Even in today's era, there's always a stigma.
It's true.
That's always going to be biasness, and I think being, where they use their intelligence well, they can really stand up for themselves and also differentiate from the group. And I think in today's era, despite the fact that there are stigmas, there are biases, but it is slightly a more open era compared to eras in the past where women really didn't have the luxuries of choice or
Mm-mm.
having even the chance to even voice out any opinions.
Sure. It
Yeah.
was a worldwide situation.
Yeah.
Now it's still existing,
Yeah.
but in less and less countries,
True.
hopefully. Okay. Which words or phrases do you most overuse, if you are aware of it? That is to say,
Don't really know.
you don't know? Okay. And I couldn't pick anything while we were having the chat before, so I can't help here. Now, what or who is the greatest love of your life?
Probably my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Owe a lot to them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Still living?
Still living.
Yeah. Good. Are they around you?
They live nearby.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. When and where were you the happiest?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Tough question, especially we're not in our 20s anymore. So time has passed, many opportunities to answer.
I actually don't have an answer for this. So it's a question that I've probably been reflecting for the last few months or
Okay.
so, right? Um, I couldn't even come up with an answer, so I don't think
Okay.
I have an answer for you.
Okay. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Which talent would you most like to have?
Which talent?
Mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah. Thanos.
Okay.
Mm, the Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
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 The flick of a finger, and
Okay.
then you start to halve the population. Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid you won't have it in your entire life, but who knows, with the new progress in technology and all.
I'm not going to use it that way, but it's
Hopefully.
probably fun to have.
All right. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
I probably would not change anything. Um, your last questions before, so where I mentioned that kind of in peace
Yeah.
with kind of accepting
Yeah.
where I am today, what am I doing? So I don't think I won't change anything.
Okay. Very good. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Um, so I built two companies back in the past. One of the companies that I built up was a point of sale system for a beauty industry. So back then, I was approached by Kosei International
Mm-hmm.
Japan to actually take a stake in.
Oh.
So that's when I actually sold it to them. So that was a good achievement. But having now come into leaving the entrepreneur world, coming into the corporate world, and having this opportunity to actually rebuild this particular company in the mold that I can, it's something that I also feel very proud that I was given this chance to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a new kind of environment
Correct.
to be an entrepreneur in.
It's a different environment totally because
Yeah.
coming into the corporate world that, for exactly like a company that's been around even before I was there, coming in coming in new with new ideas means that I will have to change certain structures.
Mm-hmm.
And when these structures have been in place for years before my existence in this company, makes it even harder to change and try to build something on top of something that
Yeah.
the foundations are not what exactly I
Yeah,
want it to
yeah,
be.
yeah. Yeah, it's different
So
from
very
starting
different
from
when you do it
scratch.
from like startup.
Yeah.
Everything's new,
Yeah.
everything's fresh.
Yeah.
You can get to build the foundation like the
Yes.
way you want it to be.
Yes. Especially
So
you are the reins entirely.
right. So right now, where this company is with the different foundations, while I'm putting in legs and changing at the same time, we're building growth. So yeah, I'm happy where it is.
Mm-hmm. Nice. If you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would it be?
Same thing, same person.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to keep the same experience and knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I
would
gain youth.
you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would be great.
Yeah.
So from the start again.
All
Yeah.
right.
But
Yeah.
same journey.
Yeah. But with all that information and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where would you most like to live? Can be a place, specific place, or can be a type of environment that you like.
I'll probably choose an island
Mm-hmm.
with nice beaches.
Yeah.
Very nice wind. Yeah, that kind of environment.
Not necessarily because there is no one around. It's more the
No,
environment.
yeah. So this reminds me. So back then, I had this vacation that I took. So I went to Melbourne and I drove all the way down to Frankston. So this is just overlooking the Melbourne Bay.
Yep.
I got to know this guy, 40 plus. He had a corporate career. He quit that corporate career because he was so stressed out. And then he built up this chalet because it was like a dream of his parents to have this really nice chalet overlooking the bay. So it was a very small place, I think 5, 7 rooms. But it overlooked this beautiful blue bay. And to the left of the chalet, there was all these little grape vineyards, So
Nice.
he was planting all this because he's got a winery somewhere down the road. And we could, we just cook breakfast overlooking the bay, have a cup of coffee, latte, and we chit chat. That's the dream.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
I must say, Australia, when you talk like this, is so that way.
It is.
You can just like be there on a cliff overlooking the sea
Correct.
and be happy. It's quite crazy.
Coffee, scrambled eggs in the morning, and then in the afternoon we go pick some strawberries, have some wine, and then some nice dinner.
Yeah. You know,
Fantastic.
it's this image actually that you're describing that make me consider to leave France again and go back to Australia when I had just a kid and my parents were around and I was about to tell them, well, we are going the furthest away you can imagine, and you might not see him every single month like you are doing, because I saw a movie that was in Australia, and there was exactly this imagery of not a chalet this time, a good house, but right on a cliff, waking up in the morning with that beautiful view and just the sound of the crashing waves and all. And that is so Australia. I was all of a sudden feeling it and missing it, and I decided, okay, let's go.
It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
It just puts things in perspective. And things kind of just slows down to this, a way that you can just pick it up again.
True.
So it's very different from the routine way, like in corporate world, in the city life, where everything starts with the crack of dawn, then 9 to 5, 9 to 5.
Yeah. And plus, there is something soothing the mind just to have that big open horizon, in my opinion, and the calmness of the sea.
Exactly.
Even in Australia, that is not so calm, but, indeed.
You enjoy that time.
Yeah. Now I want to return. All right. Now, what is your most treasured possession? Can be material or immaterial.
My most treasured possession. Well, I'm someone that treasures memories, right?
Yep.
In a way, I like and I appreciate the past, people that I've met, people that have been part of my life. So I've got this drawer that I still keep. There are all these little friendship letters and
wow.
and even sort of like people that probably used to have feelings or sparks, So I've got a whole drawer filled with them, and they all come in different shapes and sizes. Nice. So they speak about friendship, about what we've gone through, and things like this.
Wow.
So I still keep it.
That's priceless.
Today. It is.
Wow. I have moved so many times, but like you actually.
Right.
That I have nothing left. Empty boxes, and I don't mind actually. Everything is empty. It's here, but I like when I hear someone saying that I have all of this, and
it's remarkable sometimes when I get a chance to just pull out the drawer and you go through each letter, each note, and then there are pictures as well. So kind of remember, those were the days that some people I've lost connection with, that some people I've gained, some people are no longer around. Wow.
Yeah. Recently, my mom, she sent me as a present a yearbook from my pre-business school years. That it's not a thing, yearbooks in France. So we invented it for our community of students. And it was full of fun and good stories and memories from that time, which is the best time in my life. And just having it was, like you were saying, priceless. Like it brought me back to it. And somehow my memories had faded down. But just reopening those, pages, everything came back like a flash. And it was good, actually. And like you're saying, oh, yeah, I used to be friend with this one. And yes, we have lost connection, but, like good feeling, actually. So sometimes I'm feeling like maybe I'm wrong to not keep anything, for that reason.
I make it a point to, because some of these are really tied with nice ribbons and things. So I make it a point to even like tie it back the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it was. So it's really about treasuring the
you're
memories.
considerate. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. Now a deeper question. What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Hmm. I think losing hope
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is probably the lowest.
Yeah.
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 So, and I think that's a challenge that as entrepreneurs or running businesses, a lot of us will encounter. Um, so I've had my own fair share. So the most important advice would be to always remember and surround yourself with the right pillars of strength, whether it be your family or especially those that will be there for you um, during those moments.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as much as possible, even though the days might be the darkest, don't give up hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can relate to this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's never as bad as it seems once you cross to the other side.
True. True. A bit lighter. What is your favorite occupation? So job.
Businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Coming from
businesswoman,
the engineering background
businessman,
of
businesswoman.
yours. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what makes the world goes round.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. What is your most marked characteristic?
Care to elaborate?
So if someone had to say something about you, they would
Right.
say, "Oh, Kevin is so like this or
Okay.
so like that."
Probably determination.
Determination. Yeah. Makes sense. What do you most value in your friends?
True friendship, right? So people that are friends that are there, friends that that really they cut out through all that bullshit, and they're just there for you.
Hmm.
So I value friends like that.
And I think it's pretty rare, actually, to
It's
find
very
them.
rare.
Yeah.
As we get older, I think the number of true friends drop.
Mm-hmm.
In no part, I mean, that they're wrong or anyway. It's just that life, in a way, we all get too busy and too preoccupied with the things that we have to do.
True. True.
And it's harder to keep that circle of friends with the same hobbies and same likings to be together for as long as possible to keep that friendship thriving. So whoever that I have left, those are the people that I treasure a lot. And as much as possible. So there are times that maybe future will try to move our lives to separate us in some ways. And those are the times that I'll try to cling it on and keep it on going as much as possible.
Understand.
So
Nice. Now, who are your favorite writers,
favorite writers.
if you have any, because not necessarily we have.
I used to have a kind of like, yeah, I haven't had time to read. So right now today, it will be Steve Sinek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Simon Sinek.
Yeah, Simon. Yeah.
Yeah, Simon Sinek. Yeah.
Okay.
He used to be Enid Blyton.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It was
A lot of
joke.
my guests said,
That was a
I don't,
joke.
no, but a lot of my guests said, I don't have time anymore to read
Yeah.
because it's entrepreneurship here. So basically, what I do is ROI on my reading. And so I do business reading, I do life coachings, things like this, readings, efficient readings, because if I have to choose, well, for now it's that. So it's pretty common actually, either Simon Sinek or anyone else,
Right.
that kind of industry. So
I grew up reading a lot of books. So I started with Enid Blyton. I think most of our genre will probably have. And then went into someone called Margaret Weiss. So she was an author for fantasy novels. So back then I loved science fiction,
me
fantasy
too.
novels.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of prospective sci-fi
Maybe that's the
from the
way to create that
50s.
creativity gives you, we're living in this world, but puts your mind somewhere else in some other
Yeah.
universe where
Yeah.
you start to
Which kind of
imagine
sci-fi you
things.
like?
So a lot from medieval times.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
knights, princess,
Yeah. Okay.
kings.
So fantasy. Yeah. Okay.
Empires and things like this.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So no more.
Now, yeah, much like because we now have more, we have to focus more on the business and all. So there's a lot of self help reading, a lot of reflection. So
Yeah.
Simon Sinek comes to
Yeah.
mind and all
Yeah.
this.
Okay. Makes sense. Who is your hero of fiction? So it can be comics, books, movies, mythology.
Hero.
If you have any.
Well, I liked Spider-Man
Yeah.
long ago, so maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Used to collect his comics.
Oh, there
Mm.
you go. Okay. Still have?
Sold it off, I guess. So I
Okay.
sold it off when I was 15. Made some money. So probably that's when I realized that, yeah, I've got a thing or two about entrepreneurship.
Business started there with the
Yeah.
comics. Okay. Now, which historical figure do you most identify with or at least get inspired by?
A historical
Uh-huh.
person.
So could be far away in time or could be contemporary history, historical figure.
Mm,
It's not an easy one, but in case.
none that I can think of right now.
Yeah, I know this one is very tricky, so it's okay. We can move forward
Maybe
to
you
the
can
next
elaborate.
question.
Maybe you can.
Basically, it can be some people have said to me, for instance, some kings from the Chinese history.
Okay.
Or could be, I don't know, Martin Luther King, or, people like this, or any kind of historical individual that
Okay.
made an impact somehow, or, in history. That would be the kind of answers I would get,
Okay.
but not necessarily.
Well, your question was about whether I admire
Mm-hmm.
a historical
Yeah.
figure. So I don't admire per se, but I sort of respect all these historical figures that have appeared in the past, and these are people like from the one that they mentioned, the Chinese historic, the first emperor that united
Mm-hmm.
China,
Yeah.
right, and then all the way down to even the likes of Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you are familiar
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Much more
right
than the
to
Chinese emperor. Yeah, for
right
sure.
to I don't know Cleopatra and
Yeah.
all those, and the reason for that is all of them throughout those eras they lived in, they created history
True.
in their own ways.
True.
Um, Hitler himself, I mean, he came about through some of the darkest times in the economy back then, and he somehow united Germany,
Mm.
to be a powerhouse at one point, right?
Mm.
So he played his part. So I'm not going to say like individual people, they're not entirely, wholesome good, but they did create history in some ways, and we probably have to look at it, reflect the good together, the bad, and probably process it and pick up the good and see how we can actually learn from that better.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, who are your heroes in real life?
Parents.
Parents, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Nothing to do with that. What are your favorite names? So, first names.
Kevin.
Yeah, can say. You can be happy with your own name, Yeah. Is it your birth name or
No,
you have
no.
a Chinese birth name? Yeah.
So I have a Chinese name,
What is it?
like all Chinese in Malaysia.
Ah,
So it's in English it's Teo Wei Liang.
okay.
So in Chinese, the Teo is very similar to the famous Hong Kong singer Jackie
Okay.
Cheung.
Yeah, yeah.
So Teo Cheung, they're all similar Chinese characters.
Ah, okay.
So our roots, the 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 actual Chinese surname, it goes back. It's quite a common surname
Mm.
to many.
Okay, yeah, now I have studied after 5 years in Malaysia to understand the family names a little bit more, the
Yeah,
Chinese part at least.
right.
Malaysian still remains a headache for me to understand, but the Chinese, I understood that there were a few key names that were back to
But
ancient times.
yeah, but I think the generation that I'm in, I'm not even well aware anymore of my roots and all. It still takes time to actually look it up and everything. And I
Mm.
think future generations below are probably even gonna be they're finding their own history or creating it
Yeah, yeah.
themselves. They probably will have lost track of what's in
Mm.
the past. So we're kind of diluting it as we go generation to
Maybe,
generation.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Might be the case a bit everywhere, actually.
I guess it's just society, the
Mm.
changes, the
Yeah.
pressures. Even I remember holiday seasons used to be, like Chinese New Year used to be a week or 10 days. We had like that time of coming together where families really took time and spent time together for that period. Nowadays, I think first day, second day, everyone's rushing back to the office,
Oh, okay.
you know. So
Okay.
everyone's having to live with the pressures of today's world, which is very
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
different.
True.
So once we keep, falling into the same routine, people are forgetting of the past, the traditions,
Mm-mm.
what we used to eat, what we used to
Yeah,
celebrate.
yeah. True,
It's
true.
all kind of disappearing.
Yeah, yeah. But I think, yeah, it's really a worldwide trend, I think, because we
Mm.
live in the same society. So,
Mm.
yeah. Okay. What is it that you most dislike in general in life?
So the two main characteristics that I mentioned, so being lazy and irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for me saying that is I do believe that humanity, all of us, have the capability to actually do more than than what we actually doing today. We can. So I do feel that everyone does have some role to play in probably making the world a better place. And hopefully one day people will just wake up and really push their potential, and hopefully we can really make this world a better place.
Agree. What is your greatest regret, if you have any?
Mm, One, I never got to join one of those like big four companies or investment firms.
Okay. As a as
So,
an employee?
right. So when I finished university, um, back in Monash in Australia, so my dream company back then was to get into Goldman Sachs.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm. So I kind of had this view that I wanted to get in there, learn how to do it, and
Yeah.
it will be one of the things that I could learn and improve myself.
Understand. It's
Yeah.
a valuable track indeed to
Mm.
start in life and then maybe go somewhere else after that. But it
Mm.
gives you, I think, solid foundations indeed.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate that. I studied my career in finance.
Mm.
So the Lehmans and
Ah,
all, they were just the standouts indeed across my business school mates and all of us.
you regret that you're
Um,
still not around?
yeah, my regret would be that my first career was in finance, in trading. That was my dream job. I got it. No, M&A, M&A. I got it. I was the most paid alumni or first students to go out. I had this beautiful track. I was recruited before the end of my studies, which was not common. So golden track.
Mm.
And for many reasons, as of the first week, I didn't feel like, it's not the dream actually I wanted. And I
Mm.
quit. And I'm like, what if?
Right.
Because you don't know.
Mm.
And why did I quit? Couldn't I just like, it's more the regret, I think, that I quit. Like, couldn't you have pushed yourself more? That's more the regret here. And see what could happen. Because I think this was the foundations, for many things I could do later
Okay.
with that, on top of the dream I had, basically. But it was a bit like a movie, and you would sleep in the office, you would have your change of clothes in the office. There was this kind of pile of documents as of my first minute in the office.
Right.
It was crazy word, really crazy word. But yeah, that's life, I would love to have separate lives to see what would have been the path, basically.
That's a
Sci-fi
superpower you
lover.
could have.
Yeah, sci-fi lover, I tell you. So now, how would you like to die?
Never thought of it.
I was sure. Not a lot of people think about it. Would you like to give it a try?
Not there yet.
Okay. So now the question is, what is your motto in life or
So
your
stay
approach?
true to myself.
Uh-huh.
Um, Work smart, work hard, build up a legacy somewhere that the people that have been with me, they can actually profit or be better with it, and at least leave something that some people that work with me will feel that they feel really proud that they've done this with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So we have reached the end of the 35 Proust questions.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Well, there were some tough, tricky ones, I have to
Mm-hmm.
admit. Yeah, that
Not
caught me off guard.
tricky, maliciously tricky, right?
It felt a little,
Oh, really?
maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
but
intent
okay.
here,
Okay,
no
sure.
intent. It's more about, I think this is where the cultural shock might happen.
All right.
Because I tell you something, when I started this podcast, I'm French,
Okay.
extremely free in my mind, extremely raised that way. And I
Okay.
come to Asia, and of course, we don't have the same culture that way. So my concept of freedom is so imprinted in my blood that I don't think about it at all when I act. I have come to some measurements in it, but still. So I started this podcast with very personal questions. Without a doubt in my mind, it even never hit my mind that some people would be not even able to answer or willing to answer, or because to me, it's just natural. It's a conversation here. And now it's been about 20 episodes or something recorded. Now it's hitting my mind that not everyone might be comfortable to even share about this, but everyone has so far, which I'm really grateful for. And everyone has said to me, it has been such a reflection on myself, because I never did that exercise before.
It's a different culture.
But yeah, I think this is where my culture might come at play.
Yeah, so as I shared with you the story before we started the podcast, where I lived and worked overseas before.
Yeah.
So the courtesy that's shown in Western countries and the like, when you pull open doors or car doors or even like chairs and things like this, it's something where it's so commonplace. All right. So I came back after working overseas, and there was one little funny episode. So I was actually in Mid Valley one day, and the lift I was in was really packed full, but it stopped at a certain floor. The door opened, and there was this mom pushing a baby pram with a baby inside, and she wanted to get on board, and obviously there was no space. So then I stepped aside. I got out of the lift, and I said, just go ahead. And she took my spot, and she didn't say thank you. She looked awkward, actually.
Okay.
She took that spot, but she looked awkward.
Like natural.
Like she didn't know what she was probably not expecting it, because it's not the culture here again. And then you've got this local guy she's local, by the way, so she never expected it. And because I could see in the face that it was so unexpected, she was then awkward. She didn't know what she should do or say. And before then, the doors closed.
Yeah. So you see,
so it's a very different culture, and that was what I experienced as well. So like when I was in Australia, and we will walk down the streets in the city, across the street there will be locals there, and they would just yell out to us like, good morning, have a great day. And this is normal. You try doing it on streets in KL, people think you're crazy.
True.
Yeah, they don't do it here.
Yeah, true. That, to me, that's the beauty of culture and cultural mix, but it comes with challenges. So maybe some of the questions were natural to me, and I'm sorry because I thought it would be okay for you, but no malicious intent on my part, and I don't think on Proust's part either. Even if the audience knows it, I don't like Proust at all, because he made my life so hard before the years of business school to enter the business schools that I couldn't like him. But I don't think he's a malicious guy.
Okay.
All right, so that is over with the personal questions here. And thank you for trying to be open about it and open your mind to a non-Asian person here. Now I'd like to know more about Exitra for our audience, and I would like you to do a 1-minute elevator pitch about Exitra. It's not so common, I guess, that you are doing that. Maybe you have never done it, but if you can just explain in a few sentences who Exitra is for the benefits of the audience.
Okay. So Exitra, we've been around for the last 20 years now, right? We have a group of companies. So Exitra is a one-stop data center and an integrated cloud solution provider. So where we are now today at Exitra, we have established ourselves as one of the key brand names providing data center services, cloud co-location, and also cloud hosting to those that are familiar with this trend that's happening now today. So we are now an upcoming player in the market. We've got our brand out in the market. We've done this across. During the time when we had COVID, we went through a lot of tough challenges. However, we did come out growing even stronger, and I'm happy to say that that's where we are now. So we are fully certified cloud data center company. We have the ISO 27001 certificate, so we are guaranteed to be able to make sure that we protect our clients' data, the transactions, and all this in a very safe and secure way. In addition, we are also now transforming ourselves to become a data and AI related company. Right.
Nice. Okay, let's go deeper about Exitra with 4 questions, brand strategist way. The first one being, Why are you on earth for as an organization? What is your purpose as an organization?
Okay. So as a person, I do believe in the core values what ESG is trying to do. So this is an opportunity given to me as the COO of Exitra that I'm able to align the strategic goals of what Exitra's essence is in line with some of the core values in ESG.
Mm.
So in this aspect, one of the key things is that we believe like right now with what we can do, we can actually minimize the number of servers or electrical components any corporates that want to or enterprises want to do business. You can actually just go through and work with Exitra instead of procuring all these servers that eventually at the end of the day, after a few years, they get resalvaged or thrown to scrap metals. And some of these possibly can contain contaminants to the environment and pollute and harm future generations.
Mm.
So in that aspect, we also do believe in transparency. We do believe in giving as much as possible equal rights to the staff and opportunities. So through the cloud, through the AI that we are building the platform, we hope to provide empowerment to people as well, both male, female employees, to be able to take ownership and really create value out there.
Mm. Nice. So, what people do you want to resonate with?
So we want to really work with people who have similar mindsets that really want to challenge themselves or even challenge the ideas that they have to see that it can really grow, it can really help businesses out there or the general public if possible. So we welcome such people to come work with us or talk to us or talk to me, reach out to us.
How different are you from your competitors?
We always, when I first actually came in, we started out really fresh, really naive. And from day one, when I looked at the likes of what some of our competitors were doing, the local players like Exabytes and IP01, decided that we wanted to actually provide a premium service to some of these clients that Exabytes and all our competitors were probably focusing more on the general consumer market overall as a whole. We understand that in this technology line, there are companies that may want to get on board, but they at the same time they also have fear, ambiguity, and doubt as to how to integrate such complex technology into their enterprises, into their business. So we created an ecosystem that allowed us to be able to offer our customers that kind of key stability by moving their servers from an on-prem kind of model to a cloud model. And this actually helps businesses to be able to continue running their business round the clock, 24 by 7, 365. And basically, it's business on the go, anytime, anywhere, peace of mind.
Nice. So it's linking to the latest question. What do you promise to these people?
So the brand promise here is that we are here to make sure that the information that you have shared with us stays secure, protected within our premise, our ecosystem, our data centers. We also strive to ensure that we provide you that connectivity to be able not only to run today's businesses as it is today, but also to empower your business to take the next step forward to actually accept and embrace this new trend of AI and data processing to bring you all to be more advantageous basically than the next competitor.
All right. So that's the end of my questions. Now I give you the opportunity to share any hot news or upcoming events with you, or anything that you would like to add that we haven't covered here in this not so business driven podcast.
So I've mentioned that we are now transforming ourselves slowly from just a data center and cloud hosting solution provider to become a data and AI. So at this moment, we are quite close to actually launching a platform for this.
Okay.
But it is still wraps at this moment. I'm not at liberty to reveal too much.
I appreciate.
But do tune in. We will soon be revealing this, and it will be definitely a game changer for the businesses that are currently working together with us.
Nice. Some kind of preview of what is going on at Exitra.
And it's probably At this moment, I'll probably say that it's probably the first for local data center player to start embarking on this.
Okay.
Right.
Whoa, nice, some teaser.
Yeah.
So are we expecting that next year or already this year?
We are very close to it this year.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're
So
doing
watch
some
that
tests
space.
and testing it right now.
Okay.
Mm.
So speaking of which, where can we find Exitra online and anything happening?
So you can find us on our main website at www.exitra.com.my, or you can find us on our platform page, mycloud.my.
Okay. And yourself?
So you can find me on LinkedIn under Kevin Teoh, or you can just reach out to Vanessa to get hold of me.
And I will put all the links in the comments, no matter what.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank
It
you
was a
very much,
great
Vanessa.
pleasure to meet you in person for first time in this kind of environment.
Mm.
And I'll see you in a few weeks again for the next program, online this time.
Okay. Thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Yeah.